Hey guys, it's Jason here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the video. Today we're doing sort of a small upgrade to the Maxx Slash. So the last time I was out with this truck, I had an absolute blast. It was launching like crazy. Just a very fun truck to drive. If you didn't watch that video, I adjusted the KCRC ramp down a little bit. And then all of a sudden, guys, for some reason, this truck just started launching beautifully, getting wicked air. Just very fun, very controllable. Nothing, no crazy nosedives, no crazy nose ups, just doing what it was supposed to. The one problem I had with my setup though is running the 25 tooth pinion. She was getting hot. Now, Kevin at KCRC has this right here, but it kind of works in two different ways. It gives you the benefit of being able to add a plate that now will allow us to put a nice big fan on top, but it also allows you to go up even higher on the pinion. Now, I don't want to do that. I am only using this, guys, because I want to get a nice big fan on top of this motor to help get rid of that heat. The other thing I want to do is I want to just kind of look at this pinion a little bit. I found another 25 tooth pinion that I had that I might replace this with, because from the sounds when I was running this truck last, I had a noise, but the truck ran great. It didn't run like as if I had a chipped tooth somewhere. It didn't sound like, something with a ring and pinion. So I don't know if it's just these two gears and them meshing together. So we're going to kind of work on that too. But as always, guys, this is not going to be some super step-by-step video or anything like that. We are just going to get these parts in. And if I notice anything during the way, I'll let you guys know. All right, even though this is not necessarily something I had to document, guys, while changing over the motor mount, this is what I found underneath my motor mount. So even though I clean this truck all the time and I think I'm doing a good job, yeah, all that stuff, guys, was just baked in underneath the motor mount. All right, guys, so I'm moving along, and I thought this would be a good time just to kind of give a little update to show how everything is going together. Now, I've got the mount. Everything's just kind of sitting in here right now. Nothing is screwed down. Nothing is Loctited or anything like that. But anybody that owns a Maxx Slash or has watched some of the videos on my Maxx Slash knows that one of the problems you have as you start going with a bigger pinion is right down in here. What happens is, as you go with a bigger pinion, the pinion will actually end up hitting this plastic piece right here. And I've seen videos where people have taken it apart and notched it out. What Kevin's mount does, I'm going to show you guys when I do this. You can see the screws. One's up here. And then now this, guys, is for this motor. So that's why there's so many different holes. It depends on the motor you're using. But you can see right below the screw, you can see another hole. So you could have the motor sitting down. It would sit the motor a little bit lower. But then what happens is now as the motor comes and sits more into the tray, and that's when, if you were going with a bigger pinion, especially if you go up to a 26 tooth, you'd end up rubbing on this. What's nice about this right now is I can keep my 25 tooth pinion in there, but I now have a little bit more room. I'm not going to be scraping on the side of the plastic. But the big thing, and the reason I was doing all this, because again, guys, I'm sticking with the 25 tooth pinion. That's what I had in there before. This right here is the fan mount. So this comes with that plate right here. And I already had this 6S fan from KCRC as well. This will now sit on there. Now I just realized that the washing machine is going, so hopefully that's not making the audio horrible. But this now will sit on there like that. So this is going to be powered by the balance port on the 6S battery. Once you plug it in, the fan comes on and it's just going to start hammering down the air on this motor, which I think is going to help, because this is a crazy setup. It's just a Max 8, but with this 2050, I think it's a 4082. It's a slightly bigger can than your, average size 2050 or 2200s, because I think those are 4076s, I think. So this is just a little bit of a longer can. It does provide a little bit more torque. It's going to help a little bit with heat, but for running that 25 with the, what is this, guys? I think it's a 50 tooth. Let's just take it out and look. It is it's a 52 spur. Yeah, I've had some heat issues. I had them last summer, obviously, and then this summer it kind of reminded when I went out and started running the Maxx Slash a couple of weeks ago that, yeah, I had to fix this. So this is going to be nice, guys. I think this is definitely going to help. I don't know if we're going to be running it in this video because there's a few more things I wanted to do. I do have the KCRC ESC plate as well, which we're probably going to install at some point, but more so, guys, today I just want to get everything in, get everything Loctited down, get it all installed, and then we are going to just kind of run it a bit on the bench. I'm curious to see what it sounds like. We're running a different 25 tooth pinion than what was in there before. I think it's actually the same brand, but it looks a little bit newer, so hopefully there's no burrs or anything on it. But anyways, let's just keep going with it. All right, so I've gone ahead and finished everything off here, guys. I got everything Loctited in, everything's bolted in, except for actually these two screws. I got to just get some nuts to put through. You don't really need these ones right here. I just thought it looked a little odd not having the screw sitting in there, so I'm going to just throw some nuts in there, and technically it will help clamp down this the red top plate. You can get these, by the way, on KCRC's website. Red, blue, raw, carbon fiber. There might even be other colors. I know I've got a few different plates in like purple and other colors as well, so I'm not sure, but I have the red, the blue, the carbon fiber, and some raw ones, so I know absolutely they have those colors. I've gone ahead and installed the ESC mount as well. I fired everything up, and I still have the noise between the pinion and the spur, but I did notice something, and I think pretty sure in the last video I talked about it also. Now it's pretty loud because this is an aftermarket fan, so she does scream pretty good. But when you give this thing throttle, now I don't know if it's coming through, I don't know what's focused there, but the spur itself kind of almost wobbles a little bit, and it's sitting in plastic. The cover is plastic, so who knows what's going on there. I may try just even starting off, guys, first. I think Traxxas has like an aluminum cover right here that would be possibly maybe a bit better. Who knows if the plastic is warped a bit now. I have no idea. The weird thing is, and you saw it in the video, if you watched the last running video, the truck runs fine. There's no issues when you hammer the throttle. There's no grinding. There's none of that. It just sounds pretty bad. So I don't know, maybe I'll just learn to live with it. But again, guys, now we've got everything in, pinion sitting nice and high, no longer rubbing on that plastic. I've also going to just go ahead, guys, and show you when you're ordering your fans, you order them by, if you're going to be running, let's say like a 2S, a 3S, a 4S, a 6S, it still, I think, only runs maybe 3 or 4S, maybe even 2S, but the plug itself will work with whatever battery. So whatever battery you're going to use, you want to kind of buy the fan for that. We're going to plug this in. Not even going to try talking over that thing, but you're going to get lots of airflow. So everything now, guys, is nice and solid. Everything is mounted. The only thing I don't have, and I did notice on Kevin's website that he does have a new gear cover for now covering the pinion, because the pinion now sits a little bit higher. When you try to put the stock Traxxas cover on, I kind of just sat it on there, and I didn't even have it completely pushed it in. I spun it up a little bit, and you could just hear the noise of the pinion hitting the plastic. So I'm going to have to talk to Kevin and see if that part is available, if it's been like manufactured yet or not. I know he had kind of a one-off, but I'm not sure if he's actually got a supply of it now. But either way, guys, that is it. We now have the Max Slash. Hopefully at the point now where we can run her. She's not going to get too hot, and I can enjoy this thing, because this is a funny truck. If you missed the last Max Slash video, and I think that was just last weekend, I had a really good time. Oh, geez, I just remembered something else. Squirrel. I did swap out that AFGRC servo. It was a pretty, I think it was 42 kilograms of torque, super fast. I went to just a slightly smaller Corelli one. It's still a very good servo, guys. It's still quick enough. It was the only other one I had. I ended up taking that servo that was in this thing, and I installed it in the limited edition Kagama because I wanted a little bit more speed and a little bit more torque in that. But yeah, where I was going, the truck was a blast. It was jumping amazing, and it was just a lot of fun to drive. It looks absolutely amazing, especially now that we've got a new body for it. And I've also gone ahead, guys, and put the stock tires back on, so I had to swap out the hexes to go back to these ones because Traxxas has that weird little indent thing. But I actually, guys, had already finished this video. I had already put it together. I'd already uploaded it to YouTube and was waiting to release it. But I noticed a few comments on the last video, so the running video, that I wanted to address, so I decided to just delete that and edit this ending. Few comments that I read was, one of them was like, oh, you finally got it up and running and now you're going to change it. yes, that's kind of what we do. We like to have fun with our trucks, our cars, whatever it is. And if I can make something even more fun, if I can make something even more blistering, I'm going to do that. I like out of control cars. However, it dawned on me after, and while I was kind of just looking at the truck and watching back the video, that this thing is hard to handle. When you get some power into it, it's all over the place. And I kind of thought, what's the point of going even more power if I can't contain what I have right now? So what I chose to do, as you guys saw in this video, we've just got still the same ESC, still the same motor, still the same pinion. We just added some cooling. The other comment was, this has to be the dumbest comment I've read on one of my videos in a while. And it had to do with the fact that this person said that I've already made my decision on this truck, that I had already, you know, basically not liked it. And now I'm showing my true colors by now saying I'm enjoying it. And it took me a bit, like I read it back a few times and I thought, what the, you know, what is this guy talking about? That is RC. I've had trucks that I, you know, thought were amazing that ended up sucking. I've had trucks on the first run suck, and then after, you know, tweaking it a little bit, a couple of mods, whether it's adjusting diff fluids, shock fluids, whatever, all of a sudden I have an amazing truck. Now, I'm not saying that that's the Maxx Slash. The Maxx Slash has a lot to prove, and we're going to see how it goes. I've always loved the look and the size of this truck. I like the fact that it's 6S. You know, not super long like the Mojave 6S, so it should still, you know, drive a little bit better and handle a little bit better, even though it didn't. The Mojave 6S still does, in my opinion, handle better. But I just thought that was a dumb comment. You know, these trucks are bought for fun. They're bought not to do a YouTube style videos over them. I buy them, guys, because I'm really hoping that it's going to be the awesome truck. It's going to be a super fun truck. And when they don't turn out that way, that sucks. Because it's money. This thing, guys, has got a lot of money into it. Remember, I'm Canadian, so it's, you know, 50-60% higher after you add in all the fees. To me, that's, I want these trucks, guys, to perform. I am not out to make negative running videos. I'm not out, I mean, I'm out to make positive running videos. I love when things work out the way they're supposed to. So I just wanted to kind of, guys, just comment on that. Because all I'm doing here, like many other YouTubers, I even hate referring to myself as a YouTuber. Vloggers, how's that? As many other vloggers, we're just making content. We're just showing you, in my case, guys, I'm an RC channel. I just show you guys the RC. So you saw this truck when it first came out. I loved it. Keeping it on the ground, it was awesome. Tried to hit it off a ramp at a different angle. And actually, that's something else, guys. Hopefully you're still with me here. The KCRC ramp is, you know, mind-blowing, because the fact that it's light and you can adjust, you know, the angle of the ramp, I actually believe that has something to do with it. I think I was on a steeper incline before, and who knows, maybe the truck was, you know, bottoming out before it actually, you know, cleared the ramp. I don't know. I did lower it a notch and I've left it there. I've never gone back now. So every time I'm out running whatever, I'm at a little bit of a less of an incline, and it seems to be working. And you saw in the video, the last one, that I was able to hit that ramp at a good amount of speed, and the truck didn't do anything wonky. It didn't nosedive. It didn't go nose up, which is something, guys, I've wanted out of this truck. I never wanted a stunt truck. I wanted a truck that I could just launch and send flying and have a good time, and obviously still have it fun, you know, on the ground. But either way, guys, that's it. You know, few things coming. I'd like to do a different rim and tire combo. I'd actually really like the Traxxas rims with the bead locks and everything like that. So we'll see where we go. If you like this video, give me a huge thumbs up. Please subscribe. And as always, have a fantastic day.